This is going to sear your eye compared to my normal normal color palette.
Sorry? Helen, bring me in the dance hall racket.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 30 of the Fiberomancer's Knitting Podcast. I'm your host, Megan, and welcome home, everybody who is a returning viewer. So, I took a little bit of a break last week because, let's be honest, the hangover of Halloween hit me so hard. Like, not even joking. I was so burnt out after doing our Halloween party and just going trick-or-treating with the kids and not feeling completely up to snuff. It just was so much. Oh, also rogue ends. So I'm sorry I took a little bit of a break, but we're back at it. You know, I've got ideas, we've got projects, we're approaching Vlogmas, which you guys know I will actually be posting videos every day. If you're new here and you don't know what Vlogmas is, I'll be posting a vlog continuously each day during the month of December. Let's see, what else? Oh, we can talk about what I'm wearing. Okay, I have a lot of ends. This was a long ass project. For real, I don't want to get up all the way. It's a sweater dress. I'm wearing leggings underneath. You guys, it's business mullet wear. This is the Lahaba sweater dress by Dragonhorde Design. And this is the project that I swore I would never knit anything that wasn't cropped ever again. But like, let's talk about this beautiful, this is all dyed up in Tristan's yarn. This is Tombstone, I think was the name of the colorway. This tonal gray. This is Fairy Wine on the slub base. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, here, maybe you can see it. Yeah, you can see the little nubs on here. And then Obsidian Salt on her sparkle fingering base, and it makes this beautiful, almost gothic cathedral style colorwork yoke. And on the sleeves, obviously if you do the sweater version, you can end it. These are where my hips are, the tops of my hips. That's where I normally like to end my sweaters, but having a long torso in order to make this, okay, I'm gonna stand on the chair so you can kind of see when it's actually where it's supposed to be and not bunched up over my tank top. It goes halfway down, midway to my thigh. This is a lovely sweater, I love it, and I don't wear it enough because it took me forever to get it done. I was a test knitter for it. Gosh, now I can't get my slippers back on because I was standing on the chair. Okay, I turned on the ring light and now I'm sweating in this. I might actually have to take this off. This ring light is so hot. I have strayed so far from the project list. It's not even funny how far I've strayed from the project list. Let's start with this whip. Whoever Instagram follower said they were using the McDonald's bucket as a yarn ball holder. Brilliant idea. That's what I've been using this for. So I have strayed so far from the list of projects that this yarn isn't even in my color palette anymore. This is, again, one of those cones. If you saw my recent Instagram post, I was talking about the cones from Webb's, the Valley yarn. This is the 2/14 Alpaca Silk Blend cone in the Pacific colorway. I've had this forever. I think I bought this before I had kids, so. This is an 80% alpaca, 20% silk. There's 3,472 yards in this cone. And I'm holding it double. That's why there's the cone and then a ball that I wound off of it in the McGoblin bucket to work on another very V-neck raglan. Oh my gosh, I tripped on this so many times because it's just like sticky. So if you haven't seen my first, oh my gosh, these ends for the color work, I don't like weaving in ends. I've gotten better since finishing this one. If you haven't seen my other very V-neck, I wore it in the last podcast? Might have been the last podcast episode that I wore it. It's the green one. So I'm making another one. And again, this drape is going to be amazing. The color isn't very true, what I can see. I have my tripod set up differently, so I can't really see the viewfinder with the ring light. But like, it's gonna be so drapey and v-necky. I'm about 2 inches into the body, and I am knitting the, what size? The smallest size, so the size 1. The very v-neck raglan is designed by Jessie May Designs. I've talked about it before, so sorry if I'm skipping over details. It's for DK weight, or you know, you can hold fingering double or fingering in a mohair, whatever you want to get gauge. There's so many options. They're just such a good silhouette, and her designs are such a good silhouette to make staple pieces, and there's so many ways to like mix and match your own sort of style into them. Project that again is wasn't on my fall project list, which I probably should have like potentially redone. Did I redo my project list for November just because of that project? I think I did. Hold on, let me check my notes. Yeah, I did. I rewrote another list. Sorry if I repeat myself for a second, because I just had to stop filming for a few minutes and I've completely forgot what I just talked about. So back on, I'm not really sure. What we were just talking about was how I had to redo my project goals for November because I cast on that very v-neck, which is so far astray from my original project list that I needed to, you know, sort of reevaluate and figure out what I wanted to do. So on that project list for November goals is finishing the sleeves for Love's Dustlin sweater, which I have not touched at all since the last time I showed you. So if you haven't seen it, the whole body is done, which really just needs 2 sleeves, and then that will be done. He really wants this. I really need to finish it, and then it will be done. And so that was the number 1 on my knitting section of the project list. Number 2 was the Salty Air tee that I had cast on. I don't even know how long ago I cast it on. I don't even know if I have a Ravelry page for it, but there's pictures up of it on my Instagram. And instead of making it a t-shirt, I decided that we needed sleeves because I'm more likely to wear a garment that has long sleeves than short sleeves. So I knit the size 3, which I think is like a 40-something inch bust. So it's oversized for me. And I'm using it's on the ground. I'm using this cone, and then my favorite, you know, dusty rose, mauve-y pink color that I've been obsessed with. This is a 100% mercerized cotton. This is in the back of Webs with all of the weaving stuff. I can't remember what the technical weight of this cone is. But there, again, it's one of those things that has a lot of yardage to it. I'm gonna have enough probably to make some sort of like bralette when I'm done with this. I'm almost done with this first sleeve. And I've had this cast on since the summer. Oops, I dropped stitches. I just noticed. I'm gonna put that down before I mess it up anymore. And I just wanted to get that project cleared because it's been a whip. And I don't even think I ever talked about casting it on. That's how long, and it was in between like my hiatus of podcasting and talking about stuff. I then have, literally the list says sock and then sock. So I want to make 2 pairs of socks this month. And my Nurtured, which is part of my whip. If you watched my Rhineback haul or any of my Rhineback vlogs, you have seen that I stopped at the Loop Fiber Studio booth and I picked up some yin yang yarn in the So Forth colorway. And I started this earlier this week, but then I picked up, I don't know why, I think I got to here, I got frustrated because I'm working on 9-inch circulars for the sleeve. There you go, you can see that. It's this lovely, let's see if I can pull out an actual scale. It's so smushy. Like, it smells sheepy and it's squishy and I love it. So this is what it looks like in a skein, and it's like a barber pole sort of style yarn where its main color is one color, and then it's got like a contrasting one of its plies is a contrasting color. Mine is like a beigey, neutral, creamy tone with a olive green striped through it. And I got the worsted weight. There is a fingering weight of the same yarn. There are 220 yards in each of these. Did I just speak so fast? I have no idea. I can't be bothered with today. So it's living in the bag that I got it in. It's not even in a fancy project bag. It's just living in this bag so I can see it and like not forget where it is. Again, this is the nurtured sweater, or going to be the nurtured sweater, and it's my other sweater that's on my November project goals. And again, this is one of those constructions where you do the sleeves and then you do the body and you attach it at the underarm, which I'm kind of slowly loving. I'm very excited to get this done and have it be wearable. So as far as like knitting goals for November, I feel like that was very reasonable. As far as sock go, I'm trying to reach across the table, sorry. Last weekend, Lev and I watched Practical Magic, so I took it, last weekend, Lev and I had a movie date night, and we watched Practical Magic and had cheap gas station pre-mixed margaritas. It was everything. As well as we went to this is after we went to the New England Fiber Festival, which I completely forgot until I talked about having movie night. And so I'll go get everything I got from that in a second because I did not write it down and I completely forgot. But let me just talk about this before I forget. This is the Midnight Margarita sock set by Junk Yarn, which it launched off of my ball winder, so I had to rewrap it on here. It's really fun. It's creating this really fun micro striping. This is my go-to vanilla sock formula, a 2x2 rib up here, which you can't really see because it's a black sparkle as its mini skein it came with. And then a beautiful neon slime green with gray. And I cannot remember what the base is, but it's whatever the sock yarn that is got the sparkle to it, because I'm that extra. And Practical Magic is my all-time favorite movie, and I can quote the entire thing, and it's pretty much 97% of my personality. And then I figured the other pair would be whatever Abby, who is Goliath Frog, and I are planning to do. We literally just today decided that we're gonna do another, what is it, a DK weight sock weekend kind of marathon thing. We've done this twice now? Twice or three times? 3 times, I think. The last one was we opened up for the public. The first 2 times we did like tiny make-alongs with just the 2 of us together, in which you spend 3 days knitting a pair of DK weight or worsted socks, and it's just really fun to challenge yourself. It's like a really fun like palette cleanser because everybody knows how fast DK weight socks knit up, and it's fun. It's a fun thing. Project goals as far as sewing is I still have my striped maxi skirt, which I've talked about before, and if you're new, I have this fabric. It is like a satin. This is just one of the scraps because I'm not going to go pick up all the pieces. I'm going to create a maxi skirt with this fabric, which is like a cream and taupey kind of beige, neutral, inspired by a Prada skirt that I fell in love with. And then I have the homespun maxi skirt, which again, I have a whole video where I talked about these sewing goals. I haven't touched any of these, so if you want to watch that, go back and watch it because I don't want to go and grab all the fabric again. And then the Zodiac print dress, which I've also talked about, which I haven't touched. It is still sitting where it is because I was like, oh, I can punch this out in a couple hours, and I have not touched it at all since I keep talking about it. Those are my project goals for November and all of my whips and everything. So that leads me to talking about the New England Fiber Festival. I didn't vlog or film that because unlike a lot of the other like festivals they a lot of the vendors don't like when you film or even take out your phone in their booths. It's a very weird vibe. It's very different compared to, you know, coming off of the Rhineback New York Sheep and Wool high. It's just very bizarre. I got to say a couple of my friends who were vending, and that was fantastic. I got to hang out with some friends, also fantastic. I bought more beef jerky, which I've already eaten because you guys know me in beef jerky. I also bought some hot sauce because I'm on a hot sauce kick. Oh my gosh, there's all my words. But let me go get the yarn in the other room, which Lev picked out because he is still after me for not buying neon sock yarn to make him socks. So unlike while I was at Rhineback, I had oh my gosh, it just popped up. This is the most obnoxious high visibility highlighter yellow we could possibly find for Lev. Are you ready? This is going to sear your eye compared to my normal color palette. Oh my god, there it is. In all of its neon glory. Like, it's blowing out. It's so bright. And this is from the Four Hearts Farm, mainly for Four Hearts Farm. Here you go. Here is the tag, which I'm not gonna read again. Four Hearts Farm. There we go, from Maine. This is a thin Corriedale sock. It is a 2-ply. There are 430 yards on it. And it is US sourced and milled, hand-dyed small businesses. They are from Waterboro, Maine, and they have a website, and I will make sure to link it down below, as always. But yeah, this is the most eye-searing yellow. Because if you guys watched my haul video, you would know that I had bought a muted color for Lev. And he's like, I like it, but I don't love it. Thanks, Lev. Anyways, so we went after that. I also finally picked up a brown, I'm not gonna tilt it because I did just use it and I haven't washed it yet, a soup bowl from Brown Bunny Pottery. I've been after one of these for a year. They sold out at Rhineback. So I was very happy to get a bowl. This bowl holds 1 can of Progresso soup. So that's always good. Always a good, if you need a visual, it holds a whole can. They do not have any sort of online presence. You have to catch them at a show or like at a crafts fair basically. So that's why I've been haunted by trying to get one of these for a year now. I can't remember what booth I picked this up at, but I also picked up, and hopefully it doesn't reflect, this sweater pattern because it's a Aurora saw a sample of it and really liked it, and she doesn't tend to like sweaters, so I was like, okay, we'll pick up that and we'll get you yarn later for it because I think I have some yarn at the house we can use for it. I do. I just haven't pulled it out, but that's what I bought at the New England Fiber Festival. And I think that's everything that I can possibly talk about in this video. So if you're new here, make sure you like and, you know, subscribe because it's free and it really means a lot to me for every single person that joins my like little internet coven here and my spooky knitting family, spooky crafting family, whatever we are calling us now, because honestly I can't remember how many times and what I keep calling you guys. And if you got to the end of the video, let's see, let's come up with a question. Let's come up with a question if you got it this far in the video. What's your favorite date night snack? Yeah, there we go. Because Lev and I have been trying to do movie nights more often after the kids go to bed because we don't get out often. And I have to say, I think ours is nachos. We like to make nachos for date night at home, or if you go out to eat on a date night. What's your favorite thing to order? Let us know. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.